Hi, I'm Katrina Hawking, and I work for the ALS Association Evergreen chapter.
Hi, I'm Robert Hawking, and my father had ALS.
The ALS Association Evergreen chapter helps patients living with ALS in Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Alaska with care services and loans of durable medical equipment to help them live as fully as possible while facing ALS. And we've been doing these wine tastings in support of them.
And welcome to this wine tasting. It's going to be just a little bit different, but we'll get started with the first wine, should we?
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different because I picked out the wines this time. I picked out the wines. Well, I didn't pick out the wines. I went to a great fundraiser at Uncork and Unwind, which is a fantastic little wine bar in Tumwater. And the wines were chosen by the owner, Michelle Pearson. I'll tell you a little bit more about that event after we try this fantastic.
So we got a Sauvignon Blanc. It's 2020 Airfield Estates, Yakima Valley.
It smells amazing. I was working really hard at this event and I didn't get a chance to enjoy all of the wines there, but I brought these wines home and I'm looking forward to trying them now. This one is very
fruity, summery.
Right? It's got a lot of very forward fruit flavors and some florals.
Yeah, a little bit of acidity. Yeah, it's a this actually is a great summer wine.
It's very bold for a Sauvignon Blanc, don't you think?
Sometimes, this falls into a certain style of Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah, it's nice.
So Michelle picked out the wines for this event, and it was at Uncorked and Unwind. It was being hosted by a client of ours, Steve Hagen, and his wife Denise were holding this event in support of the ALS Association Evergreen chapter. It was a great evening down in Tumwater at this fantastic little wine bar that does a lot of social programs. So they donate part of their proceeds to a different social program every month. So if you happen to be down in Tumwater, I can't recommend Uncork and Unwind strongly enough. Go there, you'll really enjoy it.
Good. So, interestingly enough, this is the first time that we've had all the wines from the same winery.
Right? These are all from the same winery. They're from Airfield Estate.
Yes.
And so what are we trying next, Robert?
Well, it's called Dauntless, and it's their Bordeaux Blend.
Right, this is the red Bordeaux style blend.
Yes, and it's a right bank style, so I'm expecting that it's Merlot led. Left bank styles tend to be more Cabernet Sauvignon led. Though I haven't had these wines before. Katrina has had these wines at the event, and so she's the expert for this tasting.
Well, you have to remember, I was working at the event. I wasn't tasting wine. I was I did try a lot of the wines actually. So these are in these fantastic tumblers that we had done for the event. I'll show a close-up of these in the photos, but they say Uncork and Unwind, a pathway to hope, which was the theme for the event, and the ALS Association Evergreen chapter on the other side. What are you thinking of this red blend, Robert?
I suppose a classic Bordeaux nose.
It's really smooth, I think.
Yeah, I think that's
the hint of cinnamon.
Yeah, I think that's the Merlot probably. Yeah, it's I get a little bit of cocoa taste.
Sure, a little really dark chocolate.
Yeah,
powdery chocolate. Light, a little bit of pleasant tannins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Normally I find tannins a little bit unpleasant, but I'm enjoying this. It's just a little bit structured. Delicious. So, I was talking about this third-party event, this event that was done by an individual associated with the chapter, and we have another one coming up in December. Third-party events are a great way that you can get involved with the chapter and have a great time, so you can host your own event, like a wine tasting. We have another client who is going to be hosting a cookie and ugly sweater party in December. That should be a great time. They're going to have some prizes for the ugliest Christmas sweater at their event.
Do you have a sweater picked out?
I have not got my sweater picked out yet. It's got to be just ugly enough.
All right.
That's my goal for the ugly sweater party. We also have several clients associated with the chapter who hold golf tournaments. So if you're interested in hosting a third-party event in support of the ALS Association Evergreen chapter, please get in touch because we would love to help you plan your event.
So, as we're tasting through these wines, I just wanted to actually loop back to one wine from the previous tasting. Actually, this is a good time to do it because as we're doing this Bordeaux blend. Because last time we did a Petit Verdot, and as we were drinking it, we were having a little bit of a hard time because of the very strong tannins. It did work better with food. It definitely did work better with food. We had it with some ribs and also another time with some smoked sausage. Actually, I thought it worked best. The thing that we ate it with that I thought worked best was some ratatouille.
Right?
Yeah.
But this one, Dauntless, I think is fine on its own. It's a pleasant wine to drink on its own at a party like the one I was at, or we will also enjoy having this with dinner a little bit later.
Yes.
What's up next, Robert?
Well, so our third wine, also from Airfield, is a Syrah.
Okay.
So we actually had a premium Syrah tasting just a little while back. And so here's a Washington Syrah. I think the Airfield Estates it's in the Yakima Valley, and they actually are their winery is actually at the edge of an airfield.
It was a training airfield during World War II, is what I understand. It was a flight school and training field during World War II, just out in Sunnyside near Yakima. So, what are we expecting from this Syrah, Robert?
Smooth and
It's quite lively.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of peppery.
Yeah.
A little peppery, light on the pepper, pleasant.
Some tannin, but then there's a round mouth feel. It's yeah.
So, what would you like to eat with this? This seems more like a food wine.
Yeah, I think this would go well with the hearty stew.
Sure.
Yeah.
We were having charcuterie boards.
Oh yes,
at the event, and
yeah.
It was nice.
And this would go well with cheese.
A lot of aged cheeses.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we have any cheese in the house?
I'm
hoping that we might find some aged cheese a little bit later.
Right.
We have Giving Tuesday coming up. That's on the 30th of November. So some of these wines would be great. I think that this would be a great holiday wine. And just after Thanksgiving is Giving Tuesday. So please do, as you're seeing all of the reminders for Giving Tuesday, please do keep the ALS Association Evergreen chapter in mind. You might also see delivery trucks going around asking you to consider the ALS Association Evergreen chapter in your end of year giving. So if you see one of those trucks, take a picture of it and tag it in your social media. Tag us in your social media so that we can see where our truck has been.
Cool.
Right? I'm excited about seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing the Amazon truck. I hope I get to see it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us for this wine tasting.
Thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting the ALS Association Evergreen chapter. Cheers!